see the difference between Hamburg, where I was living here, and southern Germany. Hamburg is called in Germany the door to the world, and Hamburg people are special because it's an old, it's a own country inside the states, and the Hamburg people because they are real, what we call Bürger. They are real citizens, parliamentary democratic citizen which stands up.
You think that's because they have national values?
No, they have not a national value. They have not a salesman value, a Protestant value, like the English ones have. They say, I'm owner of a shop, I'm independent. I work with everybody, I'm for myself. I'm a burger and a citizen of a city and a state, and my voice counts. And this gives a certain personality. When you go to it's vanishing now in London, but
Martin Luther take away 7 books from the Bible. Why? Why?
Because we are Christians.
So you take away your book.
That's our standard. It's not Muhammad's standard.
How can it be? What would you do if we don't Allahu Akbar!
Why did you cut off the whole Bible from you?
Okay, listen.
Okay, I give you the answer of your previous question. I give you the answer.
One Christian from this side, one Muslim from this side, several Christians on that side.
Right.
One Christian.
Still, I've got the answer for you. If you don't wait for the answer, don't make the question.
What do you mean, don't make the question? Don't
You're not
ask and learn English. Say
you're
don't
not listening
ask
to
the
answer.
question.
You're not-
He said don't make
You're
the
not
question.
tolerating the answer.
Okay, excuse me. Okay, now listen. Did the people see Jesus when Jesus was living amongst
They
the
saw
people?
him, they saw him, they touched him,
They saw him.
they kissed him.
They saw him. But in your Bible, in the book of Exodus, chapter 33, verse 20, God is quoted in the Bible, any Bible. God says, "No one can see me and stay alive."
I've answered you.
Is this true?
Okay, I'm going to answer you.
I have a question.
Do you know how many times you ask?
Okay, these are
Do you know how many times you ask?
It's a Muslim-Christian debate at the moment. So wait, madam.
Let me give you your answer.
Madam, Muslim-Christian
Let me give
debate
you
at
answer,
the
give me your
moment.
answer.
Come the debate. Okay, another verse.
No, you can't say another. You have to wait for the answer.
Why can't? Is the Bible
You want to
true?
answer, you didn't allow him to speak. I've got to give you answer. I've got to give you answer.
Okay, tell me who is
I
speaking.
have the
You
answer.
or him?
Look,
Both of
it's
us are
been 50
speaking.
times.
Both of you.
Both of us are
Okay,
speaking.
one of you I want to speak.
Okay, I want to speak now.
Okay, now you keep.
You're not listening for your
Okay,
answer.
okay, you speak. No other
Okay.
Christian speak. This
I'm
Christian
telling you.
and this Muslim.
Man cannot see the face of God because man is sinful.
Okay.
Prior to ministry of Jesus as being God.
So man can't
Wait,
see
wait, wait,
face
wait,
of-
wait.
Okay.
Prior to his ministry as being God,
Yeah.
there was a John who was baptizing the sin. So there was no more sin. Man was able to see God in person of
So
Jesus.
man can't see God.
God enabled man
Hey, listen.
to see
you-
God.
Okay.
Because
you-
John the
hey,
Baptist was washing
okay,
the sin.
You said.
And yet
Mr.
they
Christian,
can see
talk,
God.
talk, talk, talk. Listen.
Because then if they could see him, then they
When
would
you don't
die.
have sin, you can see God.
Okay,
When you don't have sin, you can see God. When you are sinful, like
These
Adam,
Christians
you
don't
just
even
perish.
know proper English. Look at him, quiet. Okay, anyway, listen, I'll give you another one. Hey, excuse me, now, excuse me. Did Jesus, sir,
Let's see what's going over here.
We're actually from Florida. Okay, so you know that lifestyle. But now I've got the impression. Remember when the Lord comes again, there'll be many that come to him, not a few.
You talked about IPP for like an introduction about IPP and where it came from and stuff. Can you just check the speed of that?
Who you that filming for? What's up,
Leo.
Etsy? You right?
Hello, nice to see you.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on again. I was
Okay.
looking for you, but
I just showed up still. Is you about to do a speech now?
yeah, I'm gonna go in about 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah.
I'll do my camera on the stage over there.
Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome. I was looking for you, and I kept tagging you on
Is it?
Twitter. Yeah, I kept tagging
Okay.
COE to say that I was coming down.
Oh, I'm not too.
Yeah.
Big up Jedi. Alright, so you know, I'm gonna go and get my camera and come back.
Nice to see you, Leon. Brilliant. Look forward to it. See you in a minute.
Peace to Jedi in the comments. And showering down the place with bare videos. Like go log onto his page and catch the videos and music videos. Zulus, hard man, that's my one still.
now was Mary the mother
Got
of
Mr.
God?
Pro.
But was Jesus God?
Give everyone in the comments. Yeah, big up Archer Funky.
More lenient than
But the Protestants have their own way of doing the priests can marry. So that's not allowed for the Christian church normally. But the other side, I think Jesus was married. he had a girlfriend, he kissed her on the mouth, and he would have never been, what was accepted by the Jews when he was not there.
We got Shane Bassett.
So the Bible is a different form. The Bible was excerpted from many scriptures. Another kind of
You need to rehabilitate people. You can't rehabilitate. You need rehabilitation.
It's trying to get public to understand that putting people in them conditions is not good for society because it causes more victims. The way we treat our local people in society is very where we just came from, it's just hell on earth. People dying, dying, spraying gore, skeletons. like dying, slow death, dying.
Spicy or just
Spice, yeah, it's got a grip on the entire system.
The whole British system is gripped by spice.
Yeah, it's
The
an
worst thing is,
epidemic.
remember, it comes in paper now. Paper form. So letters are coming in like it, so you're getting it in paper. And they're just burning it and just getting high straight away. Yeah, it's absolutely
Vaguely, yeah.
in your thing now?
You wanna start?
Yeah, they're just setting up. As soon as they're ready, I'm ready, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
for
it's,
Manar, yeah.
Terrible state.
What are the problems in it? Do they don't debrief you?
Well, I was after 15 years, I was kicked out.
Just kick you out.
A month ago, put out, bang, see you later. Up so far.
To ask him to move over that side of that. Yo, Pepsi, if the lights, if the sunlight's right behind you, it'd be better if you go over that side, John.
Yeah, no,
Your face will be
problems,
back
yeah.
on this
That's
side,
why.
if you don't mind.
Oh, we've got to do the flag, haven't we?
Yeah, was there a long thing to set up here?
No, it's fine. Like, this is why I didn't set up initially, because I
Okay.
knew like there would be possibly issues with
The light.
the
Yeah,
lights
because
and
his face is going to be dark and
We can move, yeah. We can
his
move.
face will be blown out.
Just undo these ones.
Yeah, the ones at the bottom.
Sir. You're right, Bernie. I'm fine, thank you. YouTube and content of everything. What about you? Independently, they're guys. Okay. My name's Leon. Fine, thank you.
Better over here, Leon, yeah?
Yeah, much better. Hey, big up Sarah in the building.
I know, need a little scissors, that would have been perfect for you.
Oh, it's not so bad with the winter, actually.
I don't know.
When people say in the morning, like, after looking. Yeah, I just think like halfway through it starts flowing. Yeah, they're probably start kicking off.
Is that about how close the teleprompter's going to be? Actually, right here. It's going to be a bit closer.
Yeah.
Imprisonment for public protection. So you get prison and jail sentence. If it's an IPP sentence, then you get definite release date. So like if you've got 3 months,
How can you stand in? One sec.
after the 3 months,
For 3 days in hell line.
there's a lot of
And
people
yesterday he admitted me. He's a murderer.
on IPP for 3 months.
We have video.
And they're 11th year of prison. Yeah, so it's like a never-ending sentence, basically. So they are feeling to try and they stop giving up iPad.
You don't have to make a deal right now.
Trying to know what some of the people there got to kill themselves.
This is where you're going to get your audio. We just public the bike.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes straight away, doesn't it?
Leon and the police never do this.
Well, they do appeal, but the system is
I've seen the Lions alive.
Big up Emblem Films.
Let us go now.
I'll stand here.
Ultra funky.
It's the King Burgers.
Yeah.
King.
I'll stand here, yeah.
You gonna be able to with your finger okay with the light?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Should be, yeah.
You said you got it fixed yet?
Yeah, I got it fixed, yeah. Yeah, I had to go to Southampton and get it
Oh, is
fixed.
that the same one?
Yeah, it's the same one. They just replaced it. Apple don't replace screens. They just replaced the whole thing. Because me and Bernie before, I dropped it. Dropped it on the floor and smashed
You got a
it.
brand new one, yeah?
Yeah, they just replaced it, yeah. 200 something quid, they replaced it. But it didn't spoil the day. We still had a good day, didn't we?
Are you insured?
No,
No.
not insured, no. Yeah, I can see it.
Actually, that's much better than me shaking my hand. It's wobbly hand, it's like wobbly I've got in my hand.
No, I can read that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's Titans in the building, yeah? Big up Titans
So
TV.
it's faced a bit more this way, so now you're looking directly into the sun.
Yeah,
Do you wanna
the sun
kind of
is
face
right
it
in my
more
eye.
like that.
We should.
If you kind of face that way.
The sun's going this way, you want to face, you want to be looking like this way then.
Yeah.
Maybe
Move it a little bit over.
like
You
that.
want to angle yourself here a bit.
The sun is
Yeah, you want to angle yourself here, look, like that. So that you're out, so the sunlight's cutting out.
Yeah, it's much better. Much better. Yeah.
Cowboy.
Where you going? What, you got standing here?
Standing with you.
Right next to you.
Who's that? Was that black guy?
No, it's not. You know the doctor that dressed up in the
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think he's a Christian though. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We're about to see that though.
Yeah, I don't think the cameras have got the flags in there. I don't think they've got them. I wonder if it's right there. Them in there, but we'll have to just take some photos afterwards. Yeah, I think she's trying to get a bit.
So you're atheist now? Agnostic.
You say that because they're here because of
Football violence, mate. It's kicking off, mate. It's going to kick off. That Kane, what's his name? What's his name? That guy, Tommy Robinson. Yeah. Hey.
yeah, the people that kill us. You can't come down.
So go over there, man.
Morons you can't come down.
Some moral support.
Nice in the one.
That's not on the debate.
Yeah, you can get that debate. Yeah, that's right. The men are ready for it. Even though I heard that man there talking. Murderers or something, he said.
You can get like petrol.
Yeah. Or me, I'm not allowed to heckle.
I think it's the American guy. about Jesus. I was here when I was here before.
Cowboy, yeah. I think you should come in past your road to come in the picture.
Yeah, you go on the side, yeah.
Come on the other side of him and unzip the top, let me see. This is for your son. This is for your son.
Big up my whips.
He has no control of his family. Listen, I've got a friend who done 15 years and they were protesting for him. They had big demonstrations stuff to free him. But he got out on tariff. On tariff. They're really good. No, from Liverpool this time.
So they're both going to stand next to me, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know if you can get everything in, but it doesn't matter if you can't stay there. Yeah. I'll stand in the middle. I'll stand in the middle.
Should I take off my t-shirt?
Yeah, just see your t-shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna move in a minute. I was waiting for it to start. I'm gonna main camera rolling.
Have you got any valuables? No, I'll put it over here. We'll keep an eye on
I
it.
lost my granddaughter's jacket
Keep
last
it close, yeah, keep it close to us. Yeah, you've got to check them anyway.
You got water in there? Oh, maybe.
Finish your dog, yeah?
Yeah, it's just last time I really tried my mouth. I was struggling,
So long, yeah.
and then I was stuttering, and it's just
Push up again for some much closer.
still good. Yeah, can you hold that for me, please? And it comes up on it says drink water, yeah? So if you watch it, when it says drink water, I'll have a little sip. Well, I might not, but just get ready for that. Yeah, I'm ready to when you two.
Yeah, I'm rolling, man.
You're rolling?
Yeah.
If we...
Mind just getting a little bit closer, That's it, perfect.
I mean, I can just push up and get some closer up stuff. You know, we just have to get some very quiet stuff.
Yeah, from the sun,
I
yeah.
can get my t-shirt.
Yeah, t-shirt's in there, girl.
My t-shirt there?
Yeah, that's just the iPad. They'll have on their lenses. They can't get everything in, but they're proper cameras.
Sorry, 1 second.
That's right. Takes time. Yeah, Leon's had it all the time.
Who's Leon?
That's the one who runs.
Oh, you're Leon. Nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect, yeah?
Yes.
Sorry?
Good to go?
Good to go, yeah? Alright, action. Right, let's rock and roll, Okay. I'm Pepsi Watson, and I'm a freedom fighter fighting for the values and freedoms that make Great Britain great. Justice, fairness, the rule of law, reason, freedom from discrimination, democracy and individual liberty. Values and freedoms that are being eroded away by successive failing governments.
Everyone, please shut up. I include you. We love you, but shut up. We will. So be quiet. No, listen. Omar, keep going.
Sorry.
Allahu Akbar!
No! Jesus Akbar!
How can Jesus be?
Tell me, does evolution have a beginning?
God and man. It's not
All right,
Muhammad to be only
how
man.
did evolution begin?
Also God.
The Big Bang. So surely the Big Bang has a beginning. If the beginning of evolution is the Big Bang, so is the Big Bang factual? It's based on fact. Just a minute. You and your brother are being schooled by her. Now,
Adam and
I
Eve
know.
factual.
No, the main camera's recording
I
it.
understand you want
The main camera's
Adam or
recording it.
Eve, but let Eve talk. Now, Eve or
We saying Omar.
but it
Hey,
doesn't
send me
matter.
something, fam.
Anna,
Are you crazy?
very close.
You gonna come down here?
Now, Anna,
Hey, bring me
I
something, man.
understand you're helping the twin brothers here.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Lying, please.
Shit piece of the shit.
They're not twin brothers
Do
there.
you believe
imagine
everything
Christian
has
brother
a beginning? All right? So, is the beginning of the entire world and everything in it, the universe.
Everything vegan though, fam. Make sure
Can
everything
you
vegan.
hurry up? We are waiting.
Will you hurry up? I'm 81, I'm tired.
You can go now.
How comes he's got a different Bible from yours? How comes?
We'll get to you in a minute, Omar.
You got a Bible with 66
Yeah,
books.
I don't
He's
believe
got a
that.
Bible with 73
Isn't it
books.
wonderful?
And you're both Christians.
Welcome to the largest
I'm in the choir.
outdoor
Big up Ultra
insane asylum in London.
Mr. Cowboy.
Anna, are you leaving
Like
already?
suckle with the suckle laugh. Come on.
This is what happens to a lot of evolutionists. They have to say goodbye.
No, Steve, it's because you keep yelling over me, so it's not a conversation.
No, I'm hearing Anna. You're going because you love coffee more.
Can I ask
No,
you a question?
folks.
A simple question.
Evolution is man.
Was Jesus?
No, I asked you
Did
today
Jesus have
if
a
evolution
stepfather?
is not man-made. How did it begin? How did the Big Bang bang?
Jesus was a Muslim. He was Arabic.
Jesus was
This
is
a Muslim.
called
Oh, you're a
They
Christian.
don't
No,
know.
no, Christian.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
A Christian is saying Jesus was a
I sing
Muslim.
in the choir.
Hey, sir,
I take off the tape.
can you help
Here, you're not going
them?
to hear
Because
coming.
they're swimming in deep water right now.
There's
They
no
say
water here.
evolution
You just lied.
faith,
Where's the
faith,
water? I can't
but
see
they don't know how it began, but neither do you.
Okay, so can you
It's, sir, I can see it's a joke to you.
who did
I
Jesus
believe
pray
evolution
to
is a joke.
if he was God?
It is a joke on mankind.
Big up my brother, big up him.
To distrust truth.
King of the insults.
Jesus Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Amen.
Now, the only way you and I can understand how all things came about is by trusting in the seed of truth. That is Jesus Christ.
Big up Inspired Champion. Jesus is the way.
Folks, here's evolution at its best. Sir, how old are you? Be honest.
What's that for
There
you?
you go.
I'm
You
81.
can't be honest. Even he will say he's 81. But you can't
73.
even talk about your age.
73.
73. When you become his age,
And you?
you will be much more ridiculous than him, I can tell.
And you?
Oi, 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 oi.
Big up
It's
Rasper.
not like we haven't met before.
I sing in the choir.
He's a newbie.
I
Leave
sing
him
in the
alone.
choir, and I
No.
get off the tape.
He's a newbie.
You're not
That
gonna
guy
say
believes
coming.
in God and evolution.
No,
That's super
Big up my
stupid.
brother Rasper.
Now, he's got one of those super things going on. But sir, you're probably the same way. You believe by faith in your religion called evolution, but you're not man enough to admit it. They believe in all the beginning of everything started with what?
Nothing.
I don't know.
And the amoeba in the Nile, when they used to fish in the Nile.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's listen to what he has to say, because what he has to say, I've been waiting for.
What about Messiah?
No, just,
What about
whoa,
Messiah?
whoa. We are in England and we queue here. You are number 4. Go ahead.
Your big point was, yeah, you don't know. There's the Big Bang. It's a theory. Okay,
I said they believe by faith.
Oh, by faith. Okay, whatever.
Whatever. No, not whatever.
Your
was a
big
flower.
trick question was.
There was no trick in it.
Water.
Why don't you listen
Rasper, come on. No fire and water balance. So that means
I'm
brother.
just correcting you.
No, you're shouting
There's
down.
a,
Let me
no,
speak.
I'm letting you speak. I will let you speak, but don't whine so much.
Okay.
Capital.
So, Cowboy, your big question was,
Sing
who
Johnny
invented
Cash.
Angle.
Hear the train is coming, rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunrise, I know where I'm stuck in both.
God was at all times.
Oh, it was at all time. That's
Yes.
an easy answer, wasn't it?
Now
Oh, it's
listen.
always been. It's always,
Oh, really?
If there's a creator, there
Folks,
has to be someone
he
who
said,
created the
wait,
creator.
let's take your word. Let's take your word. You said that's an easy answer, then why don't you easy believe? No, it's not an easy answer because you have a hard time with it. So stop acting like a big baby missing your dummy.
What about Messiah?
Now, just a minute.
What about Messiah?
Just a minute. Let me take a little drink of me water in me bottle.
What goes on afterwards, cowboy? Steal your trousers.
Just a minute, we'll get to you, Dad. This is my father. Now, what was your question?
What about Messiah?
What about the Messiah?
What about him?
The Messiah has come, has fulfilled the law of Moses, has died for the sins of the world, has taken upon himself.
Not that one. Not
Just
that
a
one.
minute. Did you want me to answer? You want to interrupt?
You speak about Moses, you speak about Messiah.
I spoke just, you didn't listen.
Roman law. That was Roman
I
law.
spoke, you didn't listen. I said he fulfilled the law of Moses. His name is Jesus.
Not that Messiah.
Well, listen, there's many messiahs.
I'm talking about Elvis Presley.
Of course, yes. Is Elvis Presley your queen?
No, he's a Messiah.
This is what happens when your mind is so pitiful. You go for a song. You go for a song. You know what? You know what Elvis said?
Let me take one. Let me take one.
You know.
That's all right.
He agreed with Frank Sinatra. I did my word.
Then they came to DSM-5. It's a corporation. It's a business. The more they can pathologize some of it, which is a natural process, the richer they get. Oh, are you recording this?
He's the official cameraman at Hyde Park.
Oh, okay, right. So this is a matter of the distribution of hormones identifies the cell gender. It's a hormonal issue. Hormonal.
An imbalance.
Imbalance, it depends on your way of looking at things. Others could say it's a natural process. I don't know the answer.
Yeah. But I think what we
I don't do labels.
No, sure thing. What we've got here is we've got a serial rapist here who, while he was in prison, a men's prison, decided that he was going to transition to become Karen White. And they moved this man, this rapist, into a woman's prison where he then sexually assaulted 2 women in prison. So
let me just say, you're not recording.
No. All he had to do was wear fake weights over his chest, like balloons or whatever kind of thing, and put some lipstick on, and they moved him straight into.
When did that happen?
This was last year.
Yeah.
And while we were in the park, I'll just say it for this. Sorry, I'm changing the conversation with these 2 ladies. There was a prison officer woman here in the park this morning, and she said that this is a very, very big topic in the prison service. She said there was a man who was in the prison, men's prison. He started to dress as a woman, and they shipped him over to the women's prison. As soon as he got there, he took all his female clothes off, grew a beard, and went around saying he was going to rape all the women in prison. He needed 4 screws around him all the time, and the women were self-harming because they were terrified that they had this man who, because he said he was a woman, was allowed in that prison. And what I'm saying is, this is going to get bigger and bigger, and more women are going to be assaulted and raped in safe spaces until we get to grips with it.
Don't you think they would have learned from the situation?
Well, I hope they would, yeah.
Again, I think it rests on the prison, people that run the prisons and make the decisions. I think that they can learn from the situation. I don't think this lies in the transgender community. I think this lies specifically in official policies.
You know what, you say that, if his ticket to get into a woman's prison is to self-identify himself as transgender, then it very much for me is a transgender issue, because his ticket to ride is
living consistently. So I think in some way being able to show that it's hard to say prove, because I don't think you can prove this. I think it is something that you kind of have to take at face value. But like also being able to see that this person can live their life as a woman or as a man or whatever for that period of time, for in a way so that you can kind of.
I think at the moment the rule is to get a gender recognition certificate, you need to have spent 2 years in role. Basically, you need to be dressing as a woman. Maybe they have to go to the doctor and the doctor says, I'll see you next 6 months, come in a dress. That might be good enough, because they're not going to sneak around seeing what's going on.
I think of one situation that happened in the States was somebody was assaulted, a transgender woman who transitioned from a man to a woman, was assaulted in a hotel. And so when police tried to go around and get information about that, they went around calling this woman a man. And so nobody understood like that there was a woman that went into the hotel, that there was a woman that came out that was because they saw a woman, but they're asking her for man. So it's kind of things like that where it's when you don't, so it made the investigation harder, it made even tracking down people who understood what was going on harder. So I think when you don't believe people in that way, then you make it harder for them to live their lives.
You know what, I think this is the reason why I'm here today, is because the law is being rejigged to mean that you don't need to have 2 years. Anybody can self-identify and immediately be allowed access to women's safe spaces. They can just do it off their own back. And you know, while content's here, I mean, it doesn't end just with transgenderism. Here is a transgender man who believes he's a 6-year-old girl. There's trans-ageism, because the trans is just the start. And here we have a transgender man who believes he's a cat. He's part of the trans species. And you know what, not many more to go. Here is an otherkin transgender man who believes he's a dragon. Now if I say you're not a dragon and he says I am, I was born in the wrong body. He's using exactly the same conveyor belt as transgender men and women. And ultimately, you've probably heard of her. This is transracialism. Okay. Now, her argument might be somewhere in my genealogy, maybe there was some black blood, and I'm connecting with that, because you can't say she isn't. And then ultimately, we're going towards this, which is the end goal, which is transhumanism. So the transgender is the start of a whole transhumanism. Right. Transhumanism is an international philosophical movement that advocates for the transformation of human condition by developing and making widely available sophisticated technologies to enhance human intellect and physiology. Basically what it is, they want to produce an elite species of human being. We will be the pros, the drones, but there will be people who will be using body parts, technology, drugs to produce what they think will become post-human. So, so you go... But they're connected. I agree, but at one stage this was... What is the difference between him, who physically, biologically, neurologically and chromosomally and sex preference is still a man, telling us he's a woman because he was born in the wrong body, to this person saying he's a 6-year-old, or this person saying he's a cat? What is the difference? Why can't he be a cat? That's essentially the argument. Why can he not be a cat?
It's just a farther jump. I don't know. I think this is.
But is there a coherent? No, I agree. I'm with you. But what I'm saying, is there a coherent argument based on the same premise that he was using that means I can't say.
There's no hormones that make you a cat.
Yeah.
It's your DNA.
Shall I tell you what? They say because human beings are animals, this is a very important part. They say don't divide humans from animals. We're all animals. And they're following Darwinism and saying, well, look, animals have empathy, animals have post-traumatic stress disorder, animals have an emotional experience. And because we're animals, I'm connecting somewhere along the evolutionary path. I think it's rubbish, but how can you rationally, if you accept this person as a woman, then say, well, you're not a cat?
I said I was born in the wrong tax bracket. I identify as a billionaire.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I want to get a small women's business loan. There's loads of things I can do on that one, you know. But that's the talk today in women's safe spaces.
And what did you see? The transgender Sophia who come down last week.
Well, I want to have a chat with her. Maybe you could bring the cameras down and we could just see what she thinks of her. You
Sophia,
know.
come down and talk to. What's her name again? Sorry.
There's Colin. Colin, yeah. I'd love to hear your thoughts, Sophia. Yeah. What do you do? Do you shake hands or that? What do they call that?
Well, the popular term nowadays is a fist bump, but
I don't like to say that. When we're dealing with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's the popular term, but that's not what we call it.
What do you call it?
A spud. We just call it a
spud. Okay. I'll see you when she's here. I'm going to gravitate over there and just kind of stand there with her, and we can engage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nice one. Take care. See ya.
Mad thing in the door, yeah. Jake's on the building. Right, police.
I think he's pretty.
How come there's so many police today?
Sorry?
How come there's so many police today?
Possibility of a protest potentially later on, that's all. Nothing to worry about.
Who do you know who's going to be?
No.
Okay. The only person I heard protesting was Raj. Raj ain't a threat though.
Well, how come you're here today? What are you up to today?
I just film all the time and I come and speak a school and just film. Yeah.
There's a few people around today, isn't there? A few different things around.
Yeah. So I take it that you don't, you probably ain't never been here before, Speaker's Corner?
Not for a very long time, no.
Okay.
Not for a very long time.
Because right now it's nothing, man. This will get full up by around 3-4 o'clock.
It'll be interesting with that. I thought so.
Yeah, cool, man. Me too.
The submarines they have and the tanks that they have. Virtually every class of weaponry.
How about the laser weapon the US has?
Is superior to America.
How about the laser weapon?
They may not have. America might have more quantity, but the quality of weaponry.
What about the laser weapons the US has? What about the number of nuclear bombs that the US has? What about all the terrorists that the US has? What about the fact that Japan, Russia, so many countries are under the influence of the US?
It's not about quantity. It's about quality.
Quality? What? You mean laser weapons are not quality? Who else in the world has laser weapons? Who else in the world has laser weapons?
Go away, you silly man.
Okay, so be quiet.
Go away,
so
you
be
silly
quiet.
man. You're chatting
so
bullshit.
Be quiet. If you don't know, if you don't have the information or the knowledge about a certain topic, do not speak. What about Israel? What side is Israel on? What about Japan? Since when has Japan, South Korea, or Germany been a sovereign nation? With all these US military servicemen raping their fucking civilians? Oh, you don't know anything about that? Okay, it's time for you to go home. We are finished. Thank you.
I don't do things based on silly little men's instructions.
You think
men's instructions.
I don't do things based on silly little men's instructions.
Oh shit.
And that's what you are.
You're too emotional.
You're a silly little man.
You're just upset about the world. You're predicting end of the world every 6 months.
End of the world.
And you're trying to blame Russia.
Who's predicted the end of the world? I'm saying the end of America, you deaf idiot. I said end of America, you fucking deaf git.
Oh shit.
You're deaf asshole.
He's triggered. Look, you should no longer attend Speaker's Corner because you're not in the state of mind to have a good conversation. Sooner or later, you're going to whack someone in the face.
That will not happen.
They're going to put you in a mental institute where you could talk about your crazy theories for the end of time.
Go away, you silly little man. Because you're talking bullshit. You're a fucking little arsehole who goes around trying to annoy people. And you're succeeding on this one, but not every week.
You deaf arsehole. Get the fuck out of it. How come you crossed that? What's it called though, boss? How come you used to say 2017 and now it says 18, 19? It's a genuine question, right? Me as well. I should go away.
You're a Muslim. I don't speak to Muslims really. I try not to speak to Muslims.
Hold on.
I'm not a Muslim.
Are you telling? Are you saying he's a Muslim because of his beard?
I don't know. Muslims chat shit, and he's
You are
chatting shit.
profiling.
He's chatting
You're
shit,
very-
so I assume he's a
Hey,
Muslim.
pause.
He's chatting shit, so I assume he's a Muslim.
What part of what I said was the shit, sir?
Just trying to create something out of nothing.
No, so
trying
now
trying to film something out of nothing. Trying to create something out of nothing.
So ain't that a genuine question? Why is the science is 2007 but it's crossed out?
Like I said, you're trying to create something out of nothing. I'm not doing it.
No, this is something though.
What is something?
The science.
Because you say it's something, it's something.
To me, it's something, yeah.
Well, to me, it's not.
Why have you got it there?
So predicting the end of
What?
the US is not
Why
something.
have you got nothing there? What you think is nothing. I think it's something, but you said it's nothing. Why have you got it there?
I said what you say is something is not something to me. What you say something is not something to me.
I'm asking you about your thing though. I'm assuming you put this there.
You've walked around here loads of times over the last few months. You've never come over to speak. This guy's creating something. You've come over to speak.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Basically,
now,
I'd say
you brought my attention to something that I'm interested
in.
in.
My language, but fuck off. Fuck off, basically.
Why?
You're not having.
Like I just said, you have walked around here for over the last few months.
Yeah.
You see me creating some emotional.
I filmed a
kind
few of them. I filmed a few of them.
Yeah. Filmed it with this guy, some emotional stuff.
No, not with. I was talking today.
And you've come over here, so I'm
Yeah.
telling you now to fuck off.
Now, I came over.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I just came
I'm
over and I
telling you now
started
to
listening.
fuck off. Yeah?
What's wrong with you?
So what?
Lots.
What's your problem?
Lots.
What are you
I have
telling
lots of
people
problems.
to fuck off? You've come here, made a statement. He's asking you about it, and you're telling him to fuck off.
Very rude, sir. Very rude.
That's extremely rude.
Extremely rude.
Yeah.
You're
That's
not
cool.
supposed to attend here if you're not having a good day. Just go home.
As long as you don't do
Come
violence,
next
it's cool,
week.
man. You can say what you want.
Sooner or later, he's gonna throw a punch.
It won't be
It's
at you.
probably in the first time he's
It
spoken
won't
to
be at
people like
you.
this.
It won't be at you.
Probably the first time
Taking
he's
you
spoken to
out
people
would be
like
no recommendation. Taking you out would be no recommendation.
Did you have a good night's sleep last night?
Actually, I did. Thank you.
Why are you so triggered today?
Because when people talk nonsense,
But you cannot have a conversation. With
I like to have a proper conversation, but you are not. You're talking. You don't listen to what I've said, and you just talk. You're not talking. Listen to what I say. I like to have conversation with people.
I question some of the statements you made.
I like to have
And
conversation.
this gentleman here just asked you about the content of your flyer, and you're literally telling him to fuck off.
I like to have conversation with people that I can have a conversation with.
Why can't you have a conversation with him?
I told you why I'm not having a conversation. I've just said why I'm not having a conversation with
Why?
him. Because he's over the last few months, I've seen him walking around.
So what?
Today,
Okay.
because some arseholes are irritating me, he's decided to come and film it and asking me questions.
No, he wasn't.
So I'm telling him to fuck off. Yeah? That's why.
Oh,
So
I see
have
what you
I
mean.
filmed you
Oh,
before?
you're
Do you remember me?
suggesting- hold on,
Do you remember
I
me
get it.
ever filming you before?
Hold on, no. You know what he's saying? He's basically saying you've only come to film him because there was some drama there, but not for what you're saying, right?
Correct.
But actually, he actually asked you a question about the flyer, not because of me. And you just told him to fuck
Are
off.
you deaf? Are you deaf? I've just told you why I'm not done it. I've done it for the reason you've said. I'm not doing
Okay,
it for
here's your opportunity for once in a lifetime.
I
to talk
don't
to-
need your fucking opportunities. What are you talking about? I don't need you to give me opportunities.
Ain't no Muslim as well, by the way.
Sorry?
Ain't no Muslim as well. by
I
the way.
gathered that from what you
So
said.
what do you have against Muslims?
Nothing.
Because you were upset
I don't have
with
anything
him.
with Muslims.
You called him a Muslim.
I've said God loves. They're loved by God. I have got nothing against
So why'd you
Muslims.
call him a Muslim when you know he's not?
Should have asked a stupid question or something.
Because Muslims ask stupid questions. Doesn't mean I don't like them. I don't like stupid questions.
Surely not only Muslims ask stupid questions though.
Generally, they do. Most of them do, yeah. Whenever I get a stupid question here, it's generally a Muslim person.
Okay, what do you say the percentages of that?
Percentage?
Yeah.
Of 100 Muslims, 95.
Now I'm talking about the stupid questions you get of them being a Muslim.
Muslim. Oh, stupid questions. I can't remember a stupid question from a non-Muslim
Okay.
since I've been here. I can't.
Except for me.
Sorry? No, I'm not saying. No, we're all
Saying
a
based
Muslim.
upon his experience.
We're all human beings. All I'm saying is that when a Muslim comes to me, they ask me stupid questions. That's all I'm saying.
So as you believe in humanity,
I believe in what?
In humanity and in these religions, and you are speaking about, and I don't know what you're speaking about today, but
I'm always speaking about.
Shame on you and all the speaker today to speak about what they are speaking right now. They should
Sorry?
condemn. They should condemn and deny the Saudi king action.
Absolutely.
Big up
Angela.
against humanity.
Great quality.
Yeah,
you know
what?
it.
See,
All of you should speak about this today.
100%.
This crime. This is a crime that's occurred at this moment.
Big up Nossi.
This is a crime that has occurred at this moment in time. I'm more about what is happening generally, what's happened over Europe over the general course of the
let's hear it.
last 10 years.
What's your opinion of the Saudi royal family?
Pardon?
What's your opinion of the Saudis? You have so much to say about
Russia. Are you deaf? Like,
What's your opinion of the Saudis?
All I'm saying is that the Islamization of Europe is not good.
Let's talk about the Saudi.
So that's the Islamization of Europe is not good, and this is not just a daily thing. It's happened over the last 10, 15 years. So that's why I'm against Islam, because Islam is not good.
What do you say the effects of the Islamization?
So Islamization is basically the proliferation of Islamic ideas throughout the world. That's what Islamization is. The proliferation of Islamic ideas in the world. That's what Islamization is. Islamophobia is being they say is being against Islam. That's Islamophobia. If I had to classify myself, one of the things I would say I'm Islamophobic, because I don't like Islam. That's not to say that Muslims will not go to heaven or be saved, because we're all sinners. But what I'm saying is Islam is a cancer in European society. Islam is a cancer in European society.
What do you think about xenophobia?
Why not speak about what?
Xenophobic.
About what?
Xenophobic.
Because the cancer that we have in society at the moment is Islam. It's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous cancer in society, in the Western society at the moment. Islam.
Can give us some of the symptoms of the problems of
I don't need to give you the symptoms.
I'm not saying you need to. I'm just asking.
One symptom would be just like
stupid questions.
No, one symptom would be just like the small minority of Muslims that are militant causes a big problem, because if we've got 1 million Muslims in this country and 10% of them are militant, we've got a fucking problem, because that's 100,000 fucking mad Muslims going around the place doing shit.
So you don't think Western policies of attacking nations like Iran?
I don't give a fucking. I don't give. Pardon?
Why do you speak like this, first? Why are you so?
What I'm saying is,
I can't find like it.
What I'm saying.
If you can't have a good control of the English language,
what I'm saying is that
to Speaker's Corner. Go back to wherever you are. And maybe then you can have a nice conversation. Because you're more dangerous than some of the Muslims here. You told me you could knock me out. You suggest that you could have a nice fight with me.
He said that before I came here.
Dude, he said that on your video. Look, you're struggling to think. You're not supposed to be here.
You're making me laugh
because
all I'm saying is the cancer that we have to deal with on a long-term, mid-term, short-term basis is the cancer of Islam.
Okay, shall we not?
I'm saying Muslims. I'm saying Muslims. I'm not dealing with the cause. We can't deal with the cause.
You don't deal with the cause.
Let's deal with. I'm saying get rid of the cancer.
So
if someone's dying of cancer, what do you do? Oh, what caused cancer? No, you get rid of the fucking cancer.
So the US that you
support, get rid of them. If you have cancer,
70 nations that has attacked more than 70 nations.
You get rid. If someone's got cancer, if someone has cancer, you get rid of the fucking cancer. Then you deal with getting them healthy. You deal with the fucking cancer.
I think you're saying we're at a stage now where the danger is too great to look at the cause of it, but we have to try and the danger.
Cancer is not benign. The cancer is not cancer. You have to get rid of the cancer.
The cause persists.
You have to get rid of the cancer.
If you attack any
I
nation,
wouldn't go so far to say.
would make them
I wouldn't go so far to say. I wouldn't go so far.
South America. Look at Colombia.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Look at Vietnam.
I wouldn't go so far as to say.
Because you're chatting shit.
I wouldn't go so.
Shit.
I wouldn't go so far as to say.
What right do you have to speak about Russia? What do you know about Russia? Do you know any Russians?
Islam is a cancer in European society, and it needs to be got rid of, not by any means necessary. Hopefully, by a good means, but Islam is a cancer in Western society.
What do we do about other forces that are against the West?
Let's deal with the worst one first.
Should we get rid of Russia?
Let's deal with the worst one first. 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 In your opinion.
Well, what next? You're going to get rid of Russia? You're going to get rid of China? You're going to
get rid
of the Middle East?
We don't. I'm not suggesting. I'm not suggesting getting rid of any country. I'm saying Islam in European states is like a cancer that needs to be got rid of. Not by any means necessary, but it needs to be got rid of.
Right, how about
because
the other extremes of society?
This is what you must be fucking Muslim. You must be. You just you're repeating yourself. Why you repeat? You are. I've told you. I've said cancer is the worst. Islam is the worst cancer in Western society.
And someone said niggers are cancer in European society.
If someone said niggers were cancer in what? Yeah, what?
No, if someone said that in the comments.
If someone said
someone just said that in the comments.
Niggers are. Okay, if that's their opinion, that's their opinion.
Do you know what? People like Tommy Robinson can argue some of the forces that blacks, going by statistics, are the cancer in Western society.
Okay, that's an opinion. People can say whatever they want. In this place,
but we can say. You don't care anything about going and actually solving the problem. You just want to get rid of people. You just want to kill people. You just want to get rid of nations.
Did I suggest killing people?
Well, you said you have to get rid of them,
did I suggest killing?
You said you have to get rid of them.
Pardon?
You said you have to get rid of them.
Did I say?
Deal with the
okay. Did I say by any means necessary? I said no.
I didn't say. What did you mean? What did you mean? What did you mean? Has your brain stopped?
They need to be got rid of.
Oh.
Extradited in some way, I guess. Extradited. That would be a good suggestion. Extradited in some way. If we could get some law, if we get some law established in European states that got rid of people who want to follow,
or who just had a way of life
people who want to follow Sharia law. People who want to follow Sharia law should go back to their countries and follow it.
Right.
That's my opinion. People who want to follow Sharia law and think that Sharia law is a good thing should go back to their countries.
Basically, people who disagree with what you...
What do you mean disagree? Who disagree? In this country, we don't want Sharia law. In this country...
That, but some do. I mean,
what do you mean some do? Muslims do, yeah. Muslims what? We don't want Sharia law. We want Jew...
British citizens that do, so what do you do with them? Do you strip them of their citizenship?
You get rid of them.
Sorry?
Do you strip British citizens of their citizenship?
Like I said...
A lot of them want Sharia law. The UK is one of the biggest exporters of extremism. So how do you propose to deal with them without cutting into our citizenship?
Okay, this is what I'm going to suggest. Yeah, if you are a British citizen, and you want Sharia law, I would suggest you go to a country that practices Sharia law. That's what I would suggest.
There's graduations of it.
No.
So
no. What do you mean? Hold on. No. This is not.
All Muslims believe to some extent in implementing Sharia law.
Well, go back to your fucking country and have your Sharia law.
Because their country.
Go back.
Why do you keep getting
what do you say? No, if you're this country's not this country. The majority of.
On a practical level, how can you send British citizens to another country? This is where they were born.
The majority of British citizens.
It's not first generation phenomenon.
The majority. Okay, if the majority of British citizens, say 60% to 65% of British citizens said agreed with me and said any person who wants to follow Sharia law should be deported. Would you say that is democracy or not?
Well, which part?
Hold on. I'm asking you a question. Yes. If 65% of British citizens say
that's a bad question.
Hold on. I'm not asking you. I'm asking this guy. I'm speaking to this guy. I'm saying if 65% of British people want people who want to follow Sharia law to be deported, what would you say?
I'd say define the Sharia law and then we can have the referendum.
Pardon?
I'd say define Sharia law and then we can have the referendum.
If majority of the people here want black people to leave, will you leave?
If 65% if 65% of people voted for black people to go out, yes, I would leave. Of course, because if the majority, we live by democracy. We live by democracy. Yes, I was. If 65
and you would leave.
If 65% of the majority of this country said that they want, hold on, let me finish. 65% said that they wanted the majority. They wanted all black people to leave, and that was democratic. That democratic got to decision. Then black people should leave. Yes, they should leave.
65% of people said, let's take your house. Give your house to me. Would you do it?
What don't you understand about what I've just said? If the 65%, if it's a democratically received decision, then yeah, let's go by democracy. Yes. Wow. Yes. Wow. So if 65% of I think if we had a vote, I agree. I would tell you, 77% of British people would say, get Muslims people who believe that we should have Sharia law, they would vote for them to go back to their countries. They would.
So you're
That's my. I'm saying 70% of British people I would say 7%, at least 7% of people would vote for those people should be deported.
Yeah, sure.
Right, okay.
I just don't know whether people would actually leave or whether they would be maybe forced.
You don't know if people would actually leave.
I don't know. I'm
well,
not sure.
that's why we have. That's
sure
why.
if they would.
That's what. Okay, all I'm saying.
All I'm saying. What you would do to make them leave?
Well,
the British systems largely.
Hold on. So
you got Muslims
British,
in the military.
if the British,
them on a foreign territory.
if the British, if the British citizenry votes, and it's up to the government to implement what we've said, what the government said. If that's what the government said, they'll have to implement. They have ways to implement. They've got the police. Hold on. They've got police. They've got military. They've got enforcement
So you
officers.
agree with Nazi Germany?
So should I be investing
I agree
in
with.
Catholic cars?
Look,
You
do I
agree
agree?
with-
I don't agree with Nazi
Yeah, of
Germany.
course you
I
do,
agree with.
because the majority of the people at the time voted for.
I agree with democracy. You have
Okay, so that was democracy. right?
democracy is the best that we have.
So you don't care about what's right or wrong.
Unfortunately, democracy is the best that we
How
have.
do you know it's the best?
Pardon?
How do you know it's the best?
Okay, it's the best that we've come to. It's the best that we've come to so far in 6,000 years.
Does democracy mean right? Do you have a family?
Not necessarily.
Do you have a family?
Not necessarily.
Do you have a family?
Why?
I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you. Do you have a
Probably.
family?
It doesn't-
Okay, let's say you
everyone
had
has
a family.
Everyone has a family.
Okay,
don't they?
let's say you had.
Yeah.
Would you run your house by democracy?
Do I run my house by democracy?
Would you run your house with democracy?
Of course not. No.
So, but you said it's the best system.
For a society, yes.
Yeah. So it's your home, not a
No,
formal
but
society.
it's a microcosm. The home is like it's not on a macro level. It's a different.
So why would you run two different?
Because it's different.
Why?
Because it's.
If you had 10 kids,
hold
if you
on,
had 10 kids, would you run it with
hold on,
democracy?
hold on. Because a society and a home, it's to run a home and to run a society, it's different.
There's people in your
it's,
home,
it's
isn't
more
there?
difficult.
There's people. Let's
Yeah,
say you
but
had 10 kids.
but in a home, we're all the same ethnicity.
Okay, so-
hold on. We're all the same ethnicity, but with the same kind of ideological, political.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have the same opinions.
No, not necessarily, but
Did you say
to
you're
run
all
to
the same gender?
no, but in a society you've got all different different people from different groups.
So does
You can't-
majority
it's harder
right?
to run. It's harder to run a society than it is to run a family.
Does majority?
Would you agree? Would you agree? It's harder to run a society than it is to run your own home. Yes or no?
I know that. But I'm
Okay.
talking about the method in which you run the society.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about the method. So hold on. My question is this: does majority mean right?
I told you no, not necessarily.
So why is it
not
the best
necessarily,
system then?
Not necessarily, because it's the best that we've got to at the moment.
So
It's the
have-
best we've got to at the moment.
If 65% of us right now vote
What
for you to
other
go home,
systems
will
have
go
you got?
home?
No.
What other systems have you got in mind? Hold on.
No,
What other
that's
systems?
different. Because I said democratic through legal means. I'm not talking. If there was a vote, if there was a like we had the referendum in 2016 for Brexit. If there was a thing they said, vote. We want the vote is this. We want all black people out of the country. Yes or no? Hold on. Yes or no? And if the majority of people voted yes, say 65% people voted yes. Hold on. If 65% people voted yes, hold on. If 65% people voted yes, I would abide by that decision.
Okay, fine.
I would abide by that
How
decision.
many
Without.
plastics would you leave?
Sorry?
Would you leave? Would you leave?
It is bad as far as I'm concerned, but I would abide
until I'm
by
ready to
the
leave.
democratic decision, because you have to. The buck has to stop somewhere. No. What is better than democracy? What is better than democracy?
I agree, democracy is right.
No, not right. It's the best that we have.
Well, okay.
It's the best that we have.
Yeah, I put it that way. But I don't believe that a vote should kick people out for their religious reasons or for their colour or anything else.
Yeah,
So you want to see something new?
Some groups, their beliefs are antithetical to the beliefs that we have in this country, and Muslim beliefs are not in line with our beliefs in this country.
Let me ask you a question, if I may.
You can ask a question.
You're a Christian, is that right?
No.
No? What religion are you?
What relevance does that have, sir?
Pardon?
What relevance does that have, sir?
Oh, just a question.
Okay, it's no relevance. Carry on.
It was anti-Islam.
Pardon?
I thought it's anti-Islam here.
Well, it says all religions are corrupt and wrong in some way. Yeah? Hello? Yeah? Christians believe this. Yeah? This is against Christianity. This is against Christianity. Yeah? So, all religions, the word all means all. Yeah? You understand that?
So
Okay.
Do you think if all religions were, if you like, banned or not?
Sorry?
Do you think that all religions, if they were not in existence, the world would be more peaceful because they're all fighting each other?
If all religions, say that again, sorry, ask a question.
If all religions were banned or not in existence, do you think we would have more peace because the religions seem to be fighting each other?
See, some religions have it within their text, within their text, that they are allowed to go and if you have an opposing view to what they have, they're allowed through their text, through their sacred scripture, to actually kill those people. Not every religious text says that, but certain religious texts do.
You said all religions are wrong. Did you say all religions are wrong?
All religions are. Can you read? It says all religions are corrupt in some way, wrong in some way.
Wrong.
It seems to be the attitude is my religion is better than your religion, and I'll kill you to prove it.
No,
that doesn't make sense.
Like I said, no. Okay, apart from one religion, what religion say? Tell me what religions say that. What you just said.
It just seems to be the attitude. You have these wars.
No, forget, excuse me, sir. What religions? The thing you've just said. Religions say, if you don't agree with me, I'm allowed to kill you. What religions say that?
Well,
there's only one.
If not,
there's only one.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know.
Well, which religion says that?
I don't need to say.
Speaker's Corner. Speaker's Corner. Go on, tell us.
But I don't need to say. I don't need to say that. By whatever I've got, you can see what
so
I
you said
believe.
all religions are corrupt and wrong in some way.
Correct.
Is that speculation or is that what is it? Are you speculating when you say in some way?
I've come here. I've come here today, and whenever I come here, because I believe what I'm saying is accurate.
Okay. Who judges what's right and what's wrong?
Who judges what's right and what's wrong?
Yeah, who judges that?
Who judges? Everyone has an opinion on various topics.
Okay.
Whoever's right and wrong, we can come to what's right and wrong through logic in some ways, sometimes, not always. We can find out what's wrong through logic, sometimes. We find out what's right, well, that's, the various ways to find out what's right.
So it's just subjective at the end of the day? You might see something to be wrong, I might see it to be right.
Subjective. Truth.
Because then I want to know
truth,
who judges
truth.
Who is it?
Well, you know who judges it. You know the Most High. Only the Most High can judge what's true. Only.
Well, you said, so which is that the Most High you believe in?
Pardon?
Do you believe in that Most High?
I believe there is a Most High.
And is he corrupt and wrong in some way as well?
No.
Why not? So you just said all religions are corrupt and wrong in some way. Now you're saying no.
No, the Most High, God isn't the religion. Do you understand the distinction between God and religion?
He sends a way of life, doesn't he?
Hold on, sorry. Do you understand the difference between God and religion?
Yeah, God is the entity, the religion is the way of life.
So God is separate to the religion.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay.
So
well,
if you
understand that, your question.
So would God
if you understand that, then your question is nonsense.
So would God to you, who is a perfect being, send a corrupt way of life?
Sorry?
Would God, who is perfect, send a corrupt way of life?
Send a corrupt way of life? What do you mean send a corrupt way of life?
Send a way of life for mankind to live by.
What do you mean send a corrupt way of life? I don't understand your question.
You said all religions are corrupt and wrong.
Yeah, I didn't say I believe the Bible is true. I didn't say the Bible was not true. Huh? I believe the Bible is true.
You said all.
Religions, yes, not the Bible. The Bible is correct. Whatever aspect the Bible touches on is correct. Are you Muslim?
Is the Bible a
religion? Are you Muslim?
No, I'm asking, is the Bible
Are you Muslim?
Yes.
Okay. See, this
is the Bible
if you look at this guy,
Christianity
look at the beginning of this, yeah? Whenever I talk to Muslims, whenever they start speaking, they chat nonsense. Religion, God, and Bible. Sorry. Religion, Bible, God. They are three separate things. They are not the same thing. If you can't understand that, please don't talk.
Has God sent us a way of life?
Don't talk.
Has God sent us a way of life to live by?
Has God sent us a way of life?
Has God ordered us to live a certain way?
Is that a
God has given us certain principles. God has given us certain principles whereby a good life can be lived.
Let me take a quick stroll around the park. I'll go on over here though. I'll go on over here. Some protests. I'll go on here.
No, we're just doing it for
crime of fashion.
We have he has a business, so we're just doing
promoting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And football over there.
Okay.
Yeah, you use your little little baby road mic. That's a nice road mic. I got the big dog for that. Yeah, but that's brilliant. Road mic.
Got the big boys over there.
Yeah. Okay, let me just focus.
It's like a odd bunch of people. What bands we got together?
No, they had that track. Okay, don't move.
So, why do you think a good manager has to leave a football club? Because you don't like the way he pitches? What's that about? What's that about?
Tell me when you're ready, Anel.
It's a crime of passion. We want them out.
Anel.
What do you mean, crime of passion? What does that mean?
Tell me when you're ready. Yeah, tell me when you're ready.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna stroll around again.
Yeah. I love
Respect.
the setup, man.
I know, fam.
It's a rude setup.
Yeah, come on. Ah, shit. Who's that? Raj is back in the building. We're gonna check Raji. Man like soccer. Hee hee. Hey Raji, what are you Where you been at, fam? Where you been at?
Holiday.
Holiday.
I went to Greece for a little while.
Okay.
But I've got a vested interest in this particular question. Why do rappers want to think that it's a music form? I've not heard one rapper tell me in passing, but not down here.
What are you saying, Gabs? You want me to go back over to my man? My man's done now, man. He's done.
Well, that's what I'm saying, subjected to your moral compass.
I guess.
That is truth.
I guess
when truth is a moment revealed, so you're quite clearly not aware of truth.
Okay, I'm not aware of truth. Okay.
Sorry. I'm gonna do a 2 minutes on everyone in the corner, and then you just vote who you want to go to. So go on now.
Do you think that sort of perfect God? Go on.
Lord, Jesus has two persons. I repeat again. As a man, he said, I
Big
don't
up
know
Gabs.
the last hour.
That's not what it says in the Bible.
As a God, he said, I and the Father are one.
Okay.
As a God, he said, if you have seen me, you have seen the Father. Yes. As a God, he's eternal.
Okay.
As a God, he didn't die. He still lives on.
Okay.
As a God, he also forgive.
Okay.
But as a man, as I have said, he prays.
No, he doesn't forgive.
He forgive.
No, you pay him, then he, maybe.
No, Jesus forgive. When he
So
healed
why
the life,
why
the
Jesus
lame
died?
man,
Why
forgive.
Jesus died?
Because I'm saying, as a man, he died.
No, why?
Yes.
Why? You just
Listen,
said forgive.
you-
No. I'm gonna catch you here.
And that he wants to bring us close in a relationship, closer than your parents, closer than your best friend, because of his love of forgiveness. That's love. What greater love is there than that God died for our sins while he had no sin? Would you do that for someone? Die for someone you did not ever meet? Very few people would ever do such a thing. But Jesus did it for all those.
They start the name Hope Palestina after they did
Hey, Bob.
Respect.
You're right, man. Cool, man. Good. What you doing?
I'm going to go talk and then I'm going to go debate.
Alright.
That we're fighting the ancient Romans.
You say you want to roll with Bob? I think he's doing a speech. Let me see what these people are saying over here now. They got a little crowd around them. And like Rax and Omar.
Airtime.
Is and are no more, never ever to be regained. IPP is the biggest and worst mass miscarriage of justice in modern Western European criminal justice history. IPP is a death machine causing major loss of life. IPP has caused and continues to cause mass human suffering to tens of thousands of families and children. IPP is a modern day massacre and is a Blair Blunkett straw act of unparalleled barbarism against their own people. IPP is the death penalty through the back door. IPP is a crime against humanity. IPP is a punishment that continues to be inflicted by the current Conservative government, which is strikingly similar to punishments of men and women within judiciaries of rogue states. IPP is cruel, dehumanising, barbaric, and an act of pure evil. IPP is entirely inconsistent with the values that make Great Britain great, and IPP is nothing short of state-sponsored murder. We shall suffer in silence no more. We shall tolerate this nonsense no more. You do not know our pain. You do not feel our pain. You ignore, dismiss and disregard our pain. Yet in our pain we are united. We are, we will always be, and we will be until the end of the world, the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and we will spearhead the mother of all democratic tsunamis against successive failing governments, against successive failing politicians who fail the people, who fail our children, who are entirely and absolutely complicit in their arrogant and defiant attitude towards the slow, painful, horrific, self-inflicted deaths of short-tariff, post-tariff autistic men and women serving IPP. Repeat, the mother of all democratic tsunamis against successive failing justice secretaries who have no academia intellect regard the subject discipline of law, who have educational backgrounds in Edwardian, Elizabethan history and agriculture, who are utterly clueless about great British values such as the rule of law, the common law of the land of Great Britain, or reason, justice and fairness. I say again, we will spearhead the mother of all democratic tsunamis against successive failing government politicians who have abandoned a generation of children, who have abandoned 5 million children who suffer in poverty and whom sit in their cosy armchairs in their government-funded homes, sipping Johnny Walker, while short-tariff, post-tariff IPP prisoners with learning difficulties, serving banned IPP sentences, condemned all the way to Strasbourg, suffering delirium and catastrophic destruction in mental health, and slice their necks with rusty jailhouse shanks and bleed out in our draconian Victorian shameful and embarrassment of a prison system because of their disastrous policies. The great British people denounce the British government. We denounce
Mad thing with the IPP. What's this over here? Bag of use.
You were brilliant up there, seriously. Right. That's definitely prize. Who else spoke up there?
Let me see what I want for Bob. Come in trying to miss the. When trying to miss Bob, trying to get his Christian shahadas, you know. He's working on Omar still. I have to have a look.
I'm gonna be like.
Let me see what Bob's talking about.
If speech becomes compelled, then that means our freedom of conscience becomes dramatically eroded. And so we should give thanks to the Ashers for standing up for their beliefs. Let us finish that. Let me finish that talk, and then we'll take questions.
Very important.
Right. So, in terms of the Ashers, it is very important that we finish that we complete the idea of freedom of speech and hold on to it. Forgive me, I'm a little bit thrown off my track of thought. We've got to ask ourselves, how did we end up in this situation? Let us just take 2 steps this way so these guys can talk without me disturbing them. Okay, so we've got to ask ourselves, how did we get into this situation where the liberal establishment is now trying to take away the freedoms that our great-grandfathers once gave their lives for? And the answer is this, that immediately after the Second World War, the 2 generations that were born after that time were possibly the most useless generations in history. They are the generations that let freedom slip through their fingers. They are the generations that let identity slip through their fingers. They are the generations that made a conscious choice to forget history completely, to forget their own culture completely. And whilst they were sleeping and pursuing a hedonistic lifestyle, a lifestyle of going down to the pub and finding how many girls you could sleep with or how many guys you could sleep with, and measuring the success of their own life purely in terms of their material possessions, a group of vipers crawled into the structures of the state. A group of vipers settled into the structures of the state. And in so doing, those vipers have tried to refashion our society based upon a utopian vision that is destructive to individual liberty and is destructive to the idea of democracy and is destructive to the idea of identity and is destructive to the idea of identity rooted in history. These vipers are part and parcel of our judicial system, our parliamentary system, our police force, our army. They are the ones that are governing our lives, and they are trying to fashion our way of thinking to suit their own agenda. And we cannot resist what they are seeking to do without having a profound understanding of our own identity in something other than the state. And what is other than the state in terms of European identity is the church, because the church is older than any nation state. If we do not have a sense of our own values, our own...
Steve Wagwan. Steve Wagwan.
Hello there, how you doing?
How come you sitting down?
Having a rest.
Already, you just got here.
I know. I'm an old man.
What we're actually protesting for is a set of couches in Speaker's Corner.
sofas.
So if you could ask the wonderful Parks Authority if they could give us lovely couches with maybe a table service where we could have like coffee and some cake or something.
That'll be another reason to fight over.
And then
All the tough guys are trying to
then we
take
can
it
all
over.
sit in our different groups.
Hey, how good you are?
Yeah.
What's up? How are you?
The atheists can sit. The atheists sit 120 at the bar area, and everybody else will have the No, see, mate.
What's up, Uncle? Yeah. Right, okay.
He was asking, about last week. We've got 5 police vans here.
Yeah. The last week there wasn't 5 police vans.
There's another police, 5 police vans down there, Hyde Park Corner.
See, there's obviously a lot of pre-knowledge going on.
We got Cass
You
on.
asked me, there was hardly any police presence here at all, and no issues last week.
They're from
Why
America.
they all turn up? It could be because I post yesterday.
See how England hot.
I noticed that there was no trouble there yesterday until I got into going down the Mount. Not the Mount, sorry, Whitehall.
I'm not dry, man. I need to go.
We should talk about
I need to go for a drink.
We should talk about it.
Hype thing.
I'm not thinking like you about
Never behave like this.
You are Wahhabis thinking about killing.
I'm not Wahhabi.
I'm talking.
Where is Wahhabi?
Look, my brother. At
Where
least,
is Wahhabi?
at least talk about it. Can you see? Can you see these people? If somebody tried to talk about problems just happened yesterday, they tried to stop you talking about something else in the world. I'm talking about. Listen, you are a part of this people as well. You're defending them. You are part of them.
I'm not defending
you
them.
do.
They're bad people as well.
You do. Bad people is
But
not enough. They are criminal. Bad people is not enough. They are criminal. Royal family of Saudi Arabia are murder, criminal. They're killing Yemenis. They're killing Yemenis every single day. And she's Saudi here, they're all for holiday. Later, all in casino later on. They'll be in a casino playing spending money for women in la la la.
Who are?
Saudis.
Oh, Saudis, yeah. He's a Shia. He's a Shia.
Shia. You've got nothing to say. You got nothing to say. You're one of the slave of the royal family of Saudi Arabia.
He's not. He's a
you
slave.
Are. You're a coward.
I'm a slave of God only.
You are a coward.
You're a slave.
You're a coward.
If you go to Saudi, you're a slave. They give you $80
I'm an Arab. I'm an Arab.
You're not an Arab.
I'm an Arab.
You're nothing.
You give you $80 a month. They take your passport away. After 25 years, they give you.
My brother,
back to Pakistan.
can we have a debate about that? Do you hear
In
what
Saudi
happened?
Arabia.
Jeremy.
That's what? I don't go to Saudi Arabia.
I've got English
I go to Las
accent. It's an English
Can
speak.
we have an intelligent debate?
So you're a criminal.
I check Bobby's on the footstool.
And she said, I will do this even if it costs me my life.
He said you're on the stool now.
Oh, Christian, how much are you willing to sacrifice for the kingdom of God when our brothers and sisters are being killed in the Middle East, are being killed in Burma, are being killed in North Korea, are being imprisoned in China, are being killed in South Sudan and in Sudan, are being oppressed across the Muslim world, in Egypt, in Jordan, are being discriminated against here in the UK. Where is your strength? Where is your determination to pursue what is right, even to the point of martyrdom?
Hey viewers, I soon come back, you know. I need to go get something to drink, my mouth dry. I'm sure what Speaker's Corner look like from far. I'm gonna get something to drink and I'm gonna come back. Peace to all the 400 people watching the live stream, Speaker's Corner business. Peace to everybody who slap peas in a Bentley fun. Bag of peas. Come on. This Bentley ain't gonna buy itself, you know.